Alright, okay. So hari ni kita ada Jess dari Leica dari KL.
Center lah.
Serius? Lama dah kerja Jess?
Dah. I think like 14 years already.
Yeah. Kalau PhD tu dah 3 dah tu. Okay, hari ni Jess nak tunjukkan cara penggunaan dua mikroskop yang kita baru dapat dalam jabatan, stereo microscope dan juga compound microscope. Ini special sebab dia ada lampu. So lampu biru, boleh fluoresce. So kita just mulakan. So silakan. The floor is yours.
Okay, so
Taufik, control sikit angle kau Taufik.
Sorry, so I cakap bahasa English dulu lah, okay?
Tak apa. Jangan cakap hakka sudah.
Alright, so basically this is a stereo microscope, okay? You are fortunate enough to get the highest range of stereo microscope from Leica. So some may not know, basically Leica is one of the first inventors of stereo microscope. They are also the pioneers for stereo microscope. Whatever brand it is, Leica is the best for stereo microscopes, okay? So for this highest range one, this is the M205 C. So M205, basically the numbers indicate the zoom lah. So 20 to 0.5 to 1 zoom range. Okay? So the bigger the number usually means you can zoom to a very big range, alright? So this 205, basically the special thing about this is we actually have, Leica call it fusion optics. Okay? Fusion optics is not available on the camera, but it's available on your eyes. You can only see on your eyes. So what fusion optic is, so as you know, it's a stereo microscope. So stereo microscope, dia ada dua beam path. You have two beam path. So like microscope biasa, dia ada satu lens, so it's just one way, one direction. So stereo microscope, actually we have two beam path. So you have two lens here, one set from the left, another set on the right as well. So there's two. Okay, so going through here, one side the fusion optics works is, one side they made it as high resolution. Maknanya you can see a very sharper image, one side. Alright, while the other we actually put high depth, means it's not so sharp, but I can see a thicker sample. Okay, so you benefit from that. Alright, so your brain automatically fills the image, and thus we call it fusion optics. Alright, you can only see at the eyes. Alright, so this is very special. Only this model and another model, but basically, usually those days, only the high ends has it. Alright, so it's very much difference when you see here and on the camera. Alright, okay, so for this stereo microscope, so what you have? So basically, this is a manual column, means you focus manually. You either focus manually on the coarse button, the knob, or the fine. Alright, so this is manual focus. Right. After that, we go to the base. So the base here is a transmitted light base. Some people doesn't have transmitted light, it will be just one solid base. All right. So this transmitted light base, there will be a power switch on the right at the end there. All right. After that, there's also knobs at the side. Okay. So basically, you have a toggle switch. Alright, this is just to on off. This is just a shutter like that. Alright, so you turn it on. You can play with the intensity. Alright, you want it dimmer, you can. Okay, another thing, right. So another thing is this special knob. Alright, so as you can see from the side here, there's VF, bright field. There's RC, Rottermann Contrast. There's also DF, dark field.
What contrast?
Rottermann.
Rottermann.
So some people might call it Hoffman, okay? But for Leica, they like to call it Rottermann Contrast. So there's bright field, which is the top here, so it's the brightest. Let's make it more obvious. So it's brightest. Rottermann Contrast, there will be a mirror inside there. So once you turn it, yeah, the mirror will come at an angle. So from 45 degrees, direct light goes in and go up, then it slowly tilt. Then you get less direct light, but there will be an angle light. So things that has transparency of cells or even zooplankton or whatnot, because their body is actually round, okay? So the light goes to the side and it actually highlights the cell, all right? So Rottermann Contrast has its benefits there, all right? So as you go down some more to the maximum dark field, okay? Technically, there's still some light, but very dim, okay? So this creates what? Similar to Rottermann Contrast, all right? Rottermann Contrast still gets some 3D because you still see, have enough light. But once you go to dark field, you have less light. Your background turns to black. Okay, as the name dark field. Okay, the background becomes black, and you just see just the edges of the cell. You won't see a 3D. Probably it become like flat. It becomes 2D. Okay, you will see it looks like 2D. So you can play around with this, but most of the time, you play around with bright field or Rottermann contrast. If necessary, you can go dark field. It doesn't matter. As long as you can see your sample and you like the image, you use whichever contrast you like. Okay? All right. So what else? Okay, we turn this back. So, all right. So we go up a little bit. So what you have, this is called ring light. All right. So this ring light, basically the power buttons on the front. You turn it on. Okay. So the intensity is on the side here, plus minus. After that, another thing is, you can actually play around with the segmentation of the light. All right. So if you press once, you will notice it becomes half. All right. You can angle it left and right if you want to. Okay. You press again, it becomes half on the top and bottom. Again, it becomes quarter. Again, two sides, right? So this one you have to explore yourself lah. So keep pressing until.
And you can control the intensity.
Yes, the intensity is at the front. Yes, you can.
Alright, okay, plus minus.
Plus minus. So you keep pressing until basically you get back all full. Then they will be normal lah. So you have to go through one cycle lah. All right. Right. So this one we actually have an additional accessory, which is the diffuser. The diffuser basically removes glare. All right. Yeah, this white thing is diffuser. If let's say you want to remove it, you just unscrew. But this case we put it here because most of your samples have a little bit moisture to prevent reflection of the water. Sometimes you can see the LED dots, right? Yeah. This one reduce the LED reflection. Okay. So after that, we slowly go up. So this is the objective, main objective. All right. So the main objective here, we only use for this grade is a plan apo 1x. All right. Plan apo 1x. So basically, plan is correction for flatness. All right. Apo is one of the highest grade of lens. All right. So after that, 1x is just the magnification details lah. All right. So we go up here a little bit. So this is a body of the zoom body, in other words. So we have an iris diaphragm. So this controls how much light goes in and out. Most cases, buka habis, open to the maximum. So it's on the left lah, just open while this is closed.
So itu dia punya condenser?
I couldn't say it's condenser lah, but it has that same function like the aperture lah.
Condenser, right?
Yeah. So this one has the same function, but so far I don't see any purpose in this lah. So far, yeah, this one buka habis lah, okay. All right. So after that, we go to the zoom. All right, this is the zoom knobs. So you can see the indication here is 0.78. All right, 1, 1.25, 1.6, 2.0.
0.72 maksudnya? What does it mean?
0.78. Oh, it is the lowest magnification.
Right,
zoom.
okay.
Yeah.
Because just now you said it's 10.
No, this is 1.
1.
This is 1.
Oh, 1.0, sorry.
Yeah,
1.0.
So after that, the zoom body is 0.7. After that, 1.2. So this will go all the way until 16. All right. So like you trying to suggest right now is this is 1. So times 16 is still 16. All right. So after that, we go up some more. So this will be the tube. All right. This is the tube. So this is the observation tube. So you have a few types in the market. So this will be a trinocular. All right. So why is it trinocular? So mono, bino, trinocular. All right. So this, if you don't have a camera, we call this a binocular. If you have a port and attachment for the camera, we call it a trinocular. All right. So this one is just adjusted for your eyes distance. So this one's standard for all microscopes. So once you come up here, when you actually view on the eyepiece, all right, this eyepiece has focusing, diopter adjustment. All right, we call this diopter adjustment. So this to actually balance your left and right eyes, plus minus a little bit. All right, for those who wear glasses, you have corrected eyes already. So try your best to actually make it at the center. For Leica,
the center of?
The focus. So this is
Oh,
0
okay.
point. Yeah. So this Leica doesn't have the numbers here.
Mm.
So we actually use this silver line here. All right. So this silver line here, you can see some lines lah. But yeah.
Right, okay. So you twist it gets shorter, the focal length.
Yes, you adjust the focal length.
Yeah.
So basically, try to make it at the silver line. Occasionally, somebody will accidentally touch or maybe move it or something will happen. So always make sure this is at the center line. Okay. So this is the 0 position. All right. I cannot tell you this is positive or negative lah, but either way, this is the 0 position. Okay.
Nampak okay tu?
So this one should be balanced left and right.
Mm.
But if let's say you want to adjust a little bit, still can lah.
Right. So
Alright.
the other one you can twist to be on top of the silver line as well.
Yes.
Because
Both.
this one you said is for resolution, the other one is for depth.
Oh no, you cannot see that. It's not here. It's inside here.
Oh, it's in here.
It's inside here.
So that's what increase the fusion.
Yes.
Alright.
So the path always works this way. You see both lines. After somehow or other, you come to this line. After that, it will focus at the lens. So the lens will actually focus the line. So if you have a sample here, it's a V shape. So here will be, I think, this one should be resolution. This should be that. All right. So the lenses are different size. Normal stereo microscopes, the left and right is same size. All right. For this one, for fusion optics, one is bigger, one is smaller. All right. So this one's the eyepiece. So this one, if you can see, basically, here is 10x23. All right. 10x23. So what it means is basically there's 10 times magnification and it gives you 23 mm field of view at the minimum lah. All right, 10x, especially the lowest zoom lah. All right. So this one gives you a 23. So the bigger the number usually means you can see a wider area. Okay. But commonly 20 or 20, there's 20, there's 22, there's also 23. These are the common numbers. All right. Okay. So this one, 10x23. So these both are the same pieces. So if let's say this left need to adjust, so you just check the right. So make sure both are balanced. All right. What else? Okay. So the camera. So the camera itself, we call it this C mount. This camera runs on a C mount. All right. So this C mount, there's a connector here. All right. It depends on the camera type, how big the sensor is. Then you have a specific C mount. All right. In this case, this is a half-inch sensor. Half-inch sensor, somehow or other, they need a 0.5 times magnification C mount. Okay, so if you're not sure, you can always see at the side here. The side here always indicates the magnification. All right.
So the camera, is it already part of the microscope setup, or is it like something separate? You can change it with something else. Because in methodology, you need to report the kind of camera shutter that you use to take the image. If the student wants to get the details, is it written somewhere at the back?
Okay.
Or is it in the book? I mean, like the student can just copy whatever specification of the camera.
I'm not sure how you want to, what information you need to extract out.
Usually for the methods, the student needs to report the microscope, the model, then that's fine. And then the specification of the microscope, like the camera, what's the megapixel? Is it the brand? Yeah.
Okay. That one I think can be extracted out from the data of the software.
There's a metadata in the image.
Yes, there is.
Okay, so this is easier then.
Okay. So yeah, any information later we can try to look at the capture image later.
Alright.
So yeah, so basically up to here lah. So this is what the microscope is. So anything usually is all directly hands-on, it's not controlled by the software. Alright. So yeah. So mainly that's it lah. That's how to to actually control the software and the hardware. So this one, there's another special thing, okay, because it's a stereo microscope, okay, because of the parallel lines and because of that 3D effect, the angle of the beam path, okay, the sample actually moves left to right. Okay, so let's just try something. Can we see anything? Documentation. So, not right now. Okay. Okay, wait. Yeah. So our image is basically green.
Can you show first about what software to open? Is it already on your desktop for this one?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to close this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So that people know. Okay, this is the software to use.
Yeah. Okay, so basically once you turn on the PC, right, ensure that this dongle is still attached, all right?
Dongle, okay.
This is a licensed dongle, right? Make sure it's attached. After that, there will be the camera connection, all right? So this will be the software, LASX, Leica Application Suite, okay? So just double click, wait for a while. It will load as usual, okay? If you want to say okay, you click okay. If not, you can wait for it to count down on its own, all right?
Why is it counting down?
Why is it counting down? Because previously it doesn't count down. You have to manually click. So it takes a while. So some people after a while they complain and then
it looks uncertain.
Yes, it's waiting for your instructions. So to make things easier, they just add one countdown. So in case you forgot to click okay, it will run it for you.
Yeah. Shut people up.
So because it takes a while. So most people just click. After that they run off to do something else. After that they come again. All right. So, okay, so this will be the main screen, all right? By default, it's live, okay? It's always on live. So how do you know it's live? Basically, you can see this pause here, all right? Actually,
which one is it? The red dot.
Yes, it's always on live. So if let's say it's not live, basically, there's no red dot, all right?
That's how we know.
Yeah, at the same time, you will see pause, all right? So these two buttons are actually similar. It's just a shortcut here, right? It's just a shortcut here. So if you actually click on the image, basically it will actually click live and it will see the image as well. All right. So right now it's live, so that's why it's blinking. All right. Okay. So after that, we're gonna turn on the light. Okay. So this sample here. All right. If we just use. Okay. As you can see, actually when I actually focus in and out, it actually shifts left to right. All right. This is very normal. Why? Because you can tell the camera is actually aligned to the right side.
So it's actually seeing this way?
Yes, it's just seeing one side. So as I said, one path come in. So once it merge at the point, right, it's only seeing one side. So it's seeing at an angle, left and right. All right. So it will move left and right. So to actually reduce this effect, what we actually supply with is actually an AX carrier. So it's actually, you have to move it to the left.
So like this one, you got the XY adjuster.
No.
Is it not the same?
Not the same. So this one we have to move the left. So now you notice this, it keeps in the center. Okay. So this is basically for documentation, especially when you have to do Z stacking. All right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So this is only specific as the Z stacking. So places that does not have Z stacking or any software that requires you to capture a multiple layer of that, sometimes you won't see this AX carrier. All right. So this one sometimes memang sangat sikit, okay? Sometimes because people forget, they keep moving here, then they see the image, after they forget. Once they see the eyepiece, you will notice one black shadow.
Yeah.
Okay? So it will basically block one side to get the view for the camera. But if you want to see back to the eyes, then you push it back here, then you can see both sides. Right? If not, memang this side will be black. The beam path will be blocked. Alright? So yeah, so this one is basically the specific for Z stacking. Alright? So what we have here now, we're going to explain on the software. Okay? So for Leica's software, we are actually kind of streamlined a little bit. Alright? So everything has a flow. So you can have a flow from the top here first. So configuration, of course, is something to do with what you want to configure or what you want to display. So this one I'm not going to go through it because usually we don't want you to go into this mode. So
just before you go further, is it okay if we use the plant sample?
Yeah, can.
Can we get something in the dish? Jangan, isn't it?
So as you can notice here right now, it's a little bit green. So we have to make sure that this actually is the correct color. All right. So since it's green, we have to do white balance first. Okay. Before you do anything, do a white balance. All right. So take any A4 paper. White background is fine. Okay. So we actually go through the image. Okay. So that's the settings for the camera. So you can see there's multiple items. Later I'll explain one by one, but we want to do white balance first. So you can tell that these three color are colored items. So you click on it, then you see a correction here. All right. So you can do reset if you want to, but if not, you can just click white balance. Just click. Okay. Then the software will try to correct it. All right. If not, let's just say if you use reset, it's a little bit on the bluish side. It depends. All right. So if you don't want, you can use white balance. Then after that, you will try to correct yourself. Okay. So wait. Okay. Right. So once you're done, you just put the A4 paper somewhere else. So now you have a fresh image. Okay. So right. So now we're gonna put our sample here. So hold on. Okay. This is the lower zoom. Okay.
So by the way, that is the onion barista.
Do you want to say any particular part?
Yeah, that islands, yeah.
Okay.
That's the barista.
Okay. So this is manual adjustment. Everything is manual adjustment. If your hands are not steady, you put a piece of paper. You can move it a little bit more with more control.
Oh, the paper under the.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because when it's too close, your fingers will move slightly more. If you put it here, then you have more control.
Finger cannot control.
Okay. So yeah. So from here we can actually see. Okay, this is the image. Okay. The top here is basically where your image is going to be saved at. All right. We just show you here, right? So at the time being, we are not going to use auto save. So every time you click, you want to save something, they will actually ask you where you want to save. All right, so we just put it one side here. So try not to go into this menu. Okay, so we only focus on this menu here first. So the camera settings. The camera setting is very important. All right, once you do a wrong setting, the wrong color, everything will go off lah. All right, so you click once, it'll be activated here. All right, so you can move this anywhere you want. Okay, if you don't want, you can click across. If you want it open back, then you click it back again. All right, so we have a few settings. So there's auto exposure. Basically, the software will try to make it as bright as possible that it can, and they try to adjust lah. All right, but we don't advise you to do this lah. All right, so usually try your best to use it manual, so you have more control on the camera quality. All right, reason is basically when you actually use auto, you only have one settings. So example, if let's just say the light is very dim, all right, but you made it at 150, it still looks bright enough, but actually when you zoom, all right, you can see the quality, there's noise. We call this noise.
It looks grainy.
It looks grainy. So we actually don't want this in our image. So what we want is basically the more light as possible. All right. At the same time, you have more control, so we remove it down. So you can control better. All right. So usually the gain go as low as possible. All right. Gain if can 1, if necessary 2. All right. Then the rest you manually control your exposure. All right. This one you have to manually control. Okay. If you're not sure, you just click somewhere here. Then you click somewhere here. Okay. Hover the pointer here. Okay. You can use the mouse to scroll the brightness.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So we only go color mode, right? We don't use black and white, but if you want to, up to you, right? Then we look at the camera settings. Okay. So this one actually is a 6.3 megapixel camera. All right. If you want to make it a smaller size, you can go to 1.6, but usually we just take the maximum resolution. All right. Then we go down. Camera profile, if you want to make a default settings, you can save one. All right. If not, then tak payah lah. So if you want one, then just you type something. After that, click save. Okay, so that's your test. So if let's say somebody comes in, they change something, right? Then you click back to test. It will go back to the original settings.
Right.
Okay, this
Right.
is useful for multi-purpose labs.
Mm.
So sometimes, like you see just now, you turn blue or turn green, right? To prevent this, you can actually make settings. So next time it's easier to go back to
Because this is a
before.
setting for my samples.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So after that, yeah. So this one we just hide it first. Right. After that, there's a histogram. Histogram you don't use it on this microscope. All right. You only use it in fluorescence microscope. After that, turn this one off. After that, this one don't click. Never click.
What's that? Great. What's that?
No, this one is a preview.
Preview.
Okay, once you click preview, the problem with preview is it will take multiple images for you.
Okay. Okay. Don't there.
So once you do that, right, it will ask you to save all those previews. Yeah, it will capture a multiple type of images, high brightness, low brightness. After that, maybe some
Like
other.
multi shots.
Yes, it's multi-shot of multi settings of the camera. So once you do that, it will capture multiple.
Sometimes the phone camera does that, like a burst of
Yes,
photos.
yes. So once it does that, it will capture a few. After that, it will save in the hard disk. Yeah, so you will get these multiple items that you can play around. You want less color, more color, more contrast, less contrast.
This can be decided later.
Yeah, this one try not to, because once you hit, it will try to load a few sets of images. Okay, so then this was the white balance earlier. All right, then this one shading correction. We don't use this as well. Shading correction usually we only see in metallurgy. Okay, only in metal studies. So this one no. So leave it. Alright. What else? Yeah, this one is just the settings of the camera. So if you really need to get more information on the camera, you can see here as well if you want to see. Alright. So
okay, they got the firmware names there. Alright.
Yeah, so this is the model. If you want to calibrate, it means you have a slight calibration. You want to redo, you can do it. Then you want to flip the image. Okay. Usually this one we don't change anything. Alright.
So this is the lowest magnification.
This is the lowest magnification.
Right.
Okay. So advanced nothing. This usually disable, so nothing much. So just keep it standard. Alright. So we're gonna leave it this thing here. After that, we go into the lighting. Yeah. So the lighting basically is the controls of the ring light. You still can control it on the software if you want to. Okay. Same thing. Segmentations. What type of segmentations you want?
You said earlier the diffuser can be removed.
Yes.
If somebody decides to remove,
right.
How does one do?
Okay, so basically I'm going to capture one image with this image first. Let's just try something. It's in downloads, okay. Never mind.
Probably it's just the default for this computer.
Okay, this one is the diffuser. Okay, save first. Alright, so I'm going to show you without the diffuser.
So you just
unscrew it, turn it clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it'll be much more brighter, but you probably get a little bit more glare. Let me see it.
So the issue is with the glaring.
Yes, you might get a little bit more glare. So it's a bit brighter now. Oops. So you can't see it here. So I let you see where's the difference. So you can see the dots here.
Yeah.
So that's basically the reason why the diffuser is there, to prevent all these LED dots being seen. Okay.
Like a micron reflections of the light.
Yeah. So if you have like a more water, the more moisture you have, you can see the LED more clear. Yeah. If you don't have it, then probably like this one is just a little bit under like low. You can't see much.
Actually fresh.
Yes. Yes.
So I just dabbed with the tissue, so much moisture has been removed.
Yeah, so this one basically you can see something, but I'm not sure you can see properly now. So never mind, we just capture anyway. Okay, so from here, if you wish, you can actually see two images at one time.
Oh, okay.
Right? Oh. So you can see to the right here.
Okay.
You can add. There's a plus sign here. Yeah. So this one doesn't have fluorescence, so the color channels, this one does not matter. But if let's say you want to see multiple image, you can click. So this is between live and not live. So I think, wait, we're going to change an image.
So which one is left or right?
Apparently both was the same. Okay, so this one is not the live image, right? So where is it? Hold on, I think, wait. Oh, diff. Okay, so this is the diffuse image, the one without the diffuser.
Okay.
So basically, it's just the dots of the moisture you can just see, right? So this is diffuser, so you can't see the LED light so much, but this is without. Okay.
I think the concern is more with the wet tissue or highly reflective surface.
Yes. So it really depends. If there's no moisture, then it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can play around with all the lights to on and off. So if you don't want, you just remove lah. Right. Okay. So we go back to live. So what else do we want to see?
What about the Z stacking? Is that something that you can show? Or we
Okay.
can change the sample if you.
No. I think this one actually has a little height there.
Yeah.
So we will just go with this. Okay. So okay. But why do we want to do height or Z stacking? So as you can see here, this is the bottom part of the onion. All right. So we are focused on this plane. So this is on the lower part. So this part here basically is out of focus, means it's not on the same focus plane. So this one in this case is actually higher. All right. So we can see there's a difference. Okay. So to merge or stitch this thing in a Z stacking, so we will have to do something. So usually under low magnification, okay, as I told you, stereo microscope can see a very good depth. Under low magnification, it's not obvious. So let's just go up a little bit higher. All right. So to make sure that that is more obvious. All right. To activate this, we go to Z, click. So this is live build Z stacking. So once it's activated out, you click on it. Okay. So then you see the bottom here has an additional icon. All right. So without, you won't see it on the bottom here. With, you will see something. All right. So once it's activated, click. Wait a while. Just type something. Okay. So this is
This is the top.
this is the live image. Okay. This is the top. Yes. All right. So this is your captured image. So what you do is manually adjust the focus.
Slightly.
Okay. Yeah, slowly lah. So basically, you just capture slowly. So we from the top go down.
So we can't control using the software to go
No,
slightly.
this is
up.
this is manual stacking.
It's
So
not mechanized.
it's mechanized. Yeah. So you won't notice it so much, but if you move it slow enough, you will notice it slowly getting sharper and sharper.
Right. So the user need to determine how many images to stitch.
Yes, because
Is there any minimum?
no, because this is just this Z builder, right? What it does, it just collects images. After that, it will auto adjust. So you don't really, it doesn't really care how many layers there is. If you have a motorized one, yes, you have to make sure how many layers.
Yeah. We can control the microns.
Yes,
depth of it.
correct.
Yeah.
So this one we don't have. So let's just see, are we there yet? Okay, we're almost there. So once this part gets sharper, we just stop. Okay, so this is almost there. Yeah. Now you can see the LED dots are already looking sharper and sharper. So we actually reached that.
And that's out of focus a little bit.
Yeah. So so this is the live image. So you can tell we already reached the bottom. All right, the top is gone. So once, if you're done, just stop. Okay, right, just stop. So you will have a multi-focus image here. So this is your image.
So the software does the stitching for you.
Yes.
Right, that makes life easier.
So this for people who have manual focus. So what it does is just collect information. It collect information. Once you're done, then you just save the image. All right.
Okay.
But if let's say you did a mistake, Okay.
Yeah, what if I want to remove one layer? Like,
Oh no, you redo.
no.
You
Redo.
You redo.
Redo.
So-
Life is hard.
So let's just say you did a mistake, all right? So I think I moved too fast or something like that, right? It didn't capture anything, then you think it's like not working or whatever not, then you just stop. So what you do is you clear, you redo. Okay? So you just clear and redo. So you just focus back again, then press play, then you capture something.
Right.
Yeah, then you slowly focus back down. Yeah. So this is to start all over.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't have any numbers that say, oh, should I capture now? No. So what you do is just basically just stop. Then it will capture the image.
Just now at the end, it gives you the final one
Yes.
composite image.
Yes.
What happened to the individual images? Are they still in
No.
the folder? No.
No. It's only available if you have the motorized focus. That function is only available in motorized focus. So because you actually tell the system that I want 3 of 10 layers, it will capture all 10 layers. But for this, because we do not have I would say a sensor telling how high the sample
Yeah,
is.
you can control.
Yes. So it doesn't it doesn't remember, and it won't keep any single layer.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
Okay.
So what about the adjustment of the body that you showed earlier for the Z stepping? Do we need to do it?
Yes and no.
Yes
Because
and no.
previously, when I think 8 years ago, yes, you have to adjust it. If not, you will see the layers go haywire. But for the modern one,
So my knowledge actually from the 8 years
Yes.
ago.
so the software actually improved to actually reduce the error of students basically not forgetting to move it, or maybe they don't have that function. So we go to Z2. All right. So we start from here then. Okay. So wait, I start over. Right. So yeah, I try to focus down a little bit. So see if there's any shift or not. Okay. So if let's just say there's a shift, means the software didn't correct it for you. All right.
Does it shift?
You see if we're moving.
See that?
Ah.
I don't think it's moving.
It's not moving.
It's moving.
Try. Okay.
Look at the image, super crisp. Bilik dia ke bawah.
Yeah, you didn't see any lines here. Okay. Right, it is capturing, but you did not see any lines here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it actually corrects the shape. So if let's just say when I move from here to here, and there's a shift movement, right, you will see multiple lines. All right, so you didn't see it here, so actually it corrects it. So it's just a matter of how much zoom it is. If it's a low magnification, probably it's okay, but higher magnification, the shift more
Yeah,
obvious.
slightly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it really depends lah. All right.
Okay.
So, but it is corrected for the shift changes lah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So that's good. Right. So
Yep.
For the basic of image taking, and what about the folder? So it stores in a specific, because just now you say it in the downloads.
Yeah.
I think kita kena encourage the user untuk create folder dia sendiri. Kan, kalau
Letak
semua
nama dia.
letak nama dia ke, dengan tarikh dia gunakan tu, so that tak adalah bercelaru. Dia tak ada bersepah ni.
Okay, it's not clearing. Ayah.
So masa beli ni, komputer ni dapat sekali kan? So, it's to make sure. Terus mana dia bagi dah quotation dengan komputer. Canggih lah komputer.
Okay. We are stuck. Okay. I don't.
It is frozen.
Yeah. I just close it.
So sometimes it does
Thanks. Yeah.
hang. So just restart. even like pun kan dia hang.
Okay.
Oh, dia ni tadi. We should have used this. Tadi.
Wah, tinggi.
Baru nampak jatuh. Baru nampak jatuh. Ni sikit je. Put it back.
Okay. Okay. What else? Okay.
So we need to redo the white balance more balik lah.
Yeah, you can.
Sebab dia you restart the.
Yeah, you can. But if you don't want, just do it.
Ataupun it remembers from the previous session.
It depends on the setting. If the setting I set it as last use, then it will remember last use. But if let's just say
Because it should be the same, right?
yeah, if let's just say don't remember last use, go as default, always start as default, then it will come as default. Yeah. So right. So other than that, we go everything on this side.
Yeah.
So okay, we basically go to the top here. So we have basic annotation tools. So what you can see here, actually somebody added a scale bar or whatnot. So you can do all these measurements if you want to. Alright? This is all here. Okay? The reason why is there's a measurement here because the software actually recognizes the type of camera, the type of C-mount, okay, and the type of microscope. Alright? So this is all calibrated based on the settings we actually did here lah. Okay? So this one, what else? This one,
Can you recalibrate it?
yes, you can. So if you really want to recalibrate, then we have to go to the camera, right? Open camera preferences, do calibration.
Alright.
Yeah. So if you do calibration, it's very tedious. So you have to do from one
For
number.
all
Yes.
the magnification.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Got it.
So if there's a
What's
different,
the magnification now? 1.25.
25. Yes, 1.25. So yeah, you can do multiple stuff like measurements. You can do like annotations, like where the arrow is. You can type something in.
Can
Yes.
the user do multiple measurements for a given image like this?
Yes. Whichever.
I mean, like, does it stop? I mean, like, can you like record it and then it gives you like a long list of measurement?
No.
No. Right.
This is basically whatever you edit, it will be seen on the image right here.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So
Meaning that it doesn't record any numerical values from the, let's say that that's
No.
2.16, this is 1. Okay.
so this has it. So other than that, if you want the scale bar, right? So
Is it burnt by default?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
This is nothing is burned yet.
Okay.
Alright, but if you want it burned by default, you will notice something different. Okay. So this one, wait, let me get rid of all these things first. Okay. So this one we're going to select all and we're going to delete all this. Right. Okay. So this one, to make sure it burns,
Mm.
we have to make sure that this capture logo is slightly different. Okay. So usually we actually have this. This is a bit different, alright?
Okay.
So this is to show any annotations like I measured just now.
Yep.
Alright? This is to show the scale bar.
Alright.
Okay.
The scale bar for this live image.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you want it permanent into the image, make sure this is on.
Right, the stamp mark.
The little stamp mark, yes.
Okay.
If it's not here, you will notice at the camera here. The camera lost the stamp. Okay.
Right.
If it's there, then yes, there will be a stamp mark. So if let's say the stamp mark is there, so when you capture, it will come with the scale bar.
Can you control the position of the scale bar? Let's say they're on the bottom right.
Yes, you can.
Usually that's the scientific standard for it.
Yes. So if let's just say you want to move it at some particular place you want,
Yeah.
all right, you make sure you go to the scale bar. Okay, this is default.
Oh, you can move it.
Okay, these are some defaults, but if you really want it to go somewhere else, then that's the only corners you have.
Right.
Yeah.
What about the value? Let's say that it only wants to 200 micron, right? Because that's
Yes.
200.
So if you want to do that, so now it's free configuration. If you want to change it,
Like that.
oh no, somebody did free configuration. Adaptive, it will do it on its own. Okay, the computer will decide. Free configuration means what do you want. So if let's just say you want 500, then you pick 500. Then click enter.
Right.
All right, so this is what you want.
Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah.
What about the font and color of the scale? Like it's a white, right? The font,
Yes.
and then the back is right. You can change the color as well.
If you need to change the color, there's options. Yeah. So
Sometimes people change color to match to be contrast with the
yes,
specimen.
understand. So yeah, so if you need to change the color, all right. So this is the foreground, basically it's the font
Right.
color. If you don't want, then this will be the background color. If you want it like transparency or anything, you can still play around with this. All right. So if this transparency is low, let me think. I think it's this one. Yeah. Then you can play around. All right. That's the transparent part. Okay. So you can play around.
I don't know whether this can do or not. Usually the scale bar it's horizontal, right? Can it go vertical?
This one I tak ada. Tak, sebab I tak adjust yang ni. Dulu punya ada. The old software.
Because some Microsoft dia boleh
Yeah.
scale bar tu dia jadi berledak.
This one got.
Yeah.
Because the old software, I can see directly. This one, they compress everything in. So yeah. So yeah, there's the option.
So there's a style. There's
Yes,
a vertical.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. That's useful.
If you still want to change the font size, you want italic, bold, you can still add on. Usually it's just hidden in here.
So that's a regular.
Okay. Then the rest is mainly just zooming in, zooming out. If you want to copy, paste, print, you want to feed it back to this is full screen.
When it saves up the image, what kind of file that it save up, or is it by default, or can you decide? Sometimes people want TIFF.
You can decide. You can decide.
Okay.
So example here. So every time when you capture, it will ask you where you want to save. Okay. So usually we'll advise, okay, make your own folder.
Yes.
Right. So
Do
you
that.
you go to the desktop, you make your folder first. So just make a new folder. All right. Enter into the folder. All right. You can change the name here. If you want to change the type, you can pick. So it's from JPEG, LOF, TIFF, BMP, and PNG.
All right.
All right. So you pick it here. All right. So if you want it, then just click save. Okay.
Good.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I
And then,
think for stereo, that's the basic. You should be able to ambil gambar for magnification.
yep.
Yeah. Ada soalan?
Ya.
Cik, tadi kena buat measurement tu kan?
Mm-hmm.
Zoom tu measurement tu bergerak tak?
Okay.
Ikut yang zoom in dengan zoom out.
After or before?
Lepas measurement.
Lepas. Okay, lepas. So let's just say you already captured the image. Okay. Kan? You're asking after capture image, right? So let's go to one of the images. So earlier I did downloads, I think somewhere here. So we go with diffuser. Right. Okay. So this one, the scale bar is fixed. Alright?
Dia macam overlapping with somebody else.
Yes, yes, it is overlapping with somebody else. So wait, let me get rid of this first. Okay, so this is fixed. You cannot change it anymore. Yang ni dah burn. Dah masuk dah.
Yang capture image.
Ya. Kalau live boleh lagi. So live, let's just say, okay, live basically we have scale bar. Wait, sorry, here. Okay, dah. Alright, so the scale bar is here. So if let's just say you move it around, the scale bar move as well.
Yang measurement ni?
Measurement, jangan. Okay, so we measure, let's just say this one to here. It keeps there. It does, dia memang ikut sekali. So let's just say I measure sampai sini kan. Okay. So if you notice, it still follows. Right? Follows. So tak lari jauh
Macam
lah.
lari sikit kan?
A bit, yeah. It tries to be in the center lah.
Line tu bergerak. Tapi boleh adjust, right?
Yeah, you still can adjust, you
can
can adjust.
adjust.
So, kalau measurement tu macam dah banyak measurement, banyak line adjust.
Yeah. So yeah, if you try to be in center as much as you can.
Tadi Mak rasa kita set shift. Supaya shift tu boleh buka dekat software lain. Scale yang asal tu, kalau kita zoom pun dia boleh tahu. So itu post processing lah. Okay. Ada lagi soalan? Okay. Good. Alright. Okay, I think so finally untuk stereo microscope ni adalah about the care and maintenance, do's and don'ts generally.
Okay. Alright. So the maintenance wise, okay. So basically there's not much to maintain. Okay, because the lens, unlike that one, is more exposed. Okay, since the main lens is on the bottom, dust shouldn't hit it. Okay, unless you accidentally hit the sample, you lift it up. Ataupun you crash the lens onto your sample.
Ni waterproof tak kalau air tumpah daripada sampel ke?
Technically no. Okay, so basically this obviously is not waterproof, so you have to be careful. So once you move it to the side, alright, so there's nothing much, you just wipe clean, or if you want to just make sure, you just put a piece of paper on top. Because this is still glass, it will scratch. Bila dia cala, you can nampak satu line, dua line kat sini, that is not so nice to see lah, especially when you change transfer to a transparent sample. Okay,
Glass ke plastik?
this is glass. This is glass. Yeah. Yep. So try not to open this. This one shouldn't come out, but accidents do happen. So if you still need to remove this, so to say, there's a little spring at the top left corner. Okay, top left, one spring. So to move the spring, hold two thumbs, push it to this side. The spring goes in, compress, press it up. Okay, then you will come out. So kadang-kadang dia akan jadi macam ni. Then people just leave it like that. Okay, so you want to push it back in, you just go in, hold the corner, and just push it in. Then it will fit inside. Alright. Yeah. What else? Okay.
How about the lens ni nak kena bersihkan ke?
Okay. So we go up a little bit. So this one is just wipe clean only. Alright. So we go up to the lens. The lens here, unfortunately, is exposed. Okay. It will expose to anything from eyelashes, oil, fingerprints. This one will happen. Okay. What you can do is basically. You can take a clean, high quality tissue. Okay?
Tissue spec boleh?
Boleh. Even actually clean wipes also can use one, to be honest. Yeah. I actually like cotton.
Kenapa?
Not say cotton as in cotton bud lah, but a type of cotton. Alright, it could be terry cloth, even macam towel though. I prefer those cotton because cotton absorbs oil very good. Okay, compared to polyester, it doesn't absorb oil. So cotton actually absorbs oil better.
Kalau microfiber,
Microfiber absorbs dust better. It doesn't absorb oil that much. Unless it's specifically made to get rid of oil. Tapi lepas microfiber tu you have to cuci. It's another problem lah. So to ensure that it's clean, tak ada habuk, tak ada pasir, you usually use clean tissue. Pakai buang punya material. Alright. So basically when you have the tissue, what you do is you just fold it half, make it tebal sikit. You just circle. I don't care, but
we don't want to scratch.
yeah. So it's as long as it's not something that you put on the floor, it doesn't touch any dust, right? The most important thing is actually sand and dust. Ada setengah tu jatuh kat lantai, lepas tu di pick up, don't. Okay, don't. So what you do is just to make fold half, make it thicker a little bit. Then after that, you just from the center, circle up. Okay? If you can't reach the corner, you fold some more. You make it a little bit more sharper. Alright? Then you from the center, goes to the corner. Okay?
So nak kena guna air ataupun apa?
Oh no. Okay, so no water.
No water. No water.
No water. Water is no. So technically speaking, you can actually use it with alcohol if you want, but try not to.
Sebab lab ni ada apa tu 70% alcohol. So that's easy to reach.
I would say also don't.
Don't.
Because there's 30% water.
Okay. So
When you have
100%
water,
okay lah.
technically can, but you just use dry on. Try to use dry as well. Actually, after you wipe, it still doesn't go away. Then you use the 70% alcohol. Because once you have what you call it, water there, you akan nampak kesan air. You will see watermark. So if you have watermark, you cannot add more water. You add more alcohol, it doesn't work. So what you do is breath. Okay? Wap. Lepas tu you wipe dry.
Kalau kita guna yang macam ada yang
That one's after, yang tu habuk je. So it won't get rid of the watermark. Kan blower tu tak ada get rid of the watermark. So the only way to get rid of watermark is basically paper breath. Okay, once you have one coating, you wipe it dry, usually it goes away. Okay, if there's a little dust or two, yeah, you can use a blower to blow the dust away. Okay, so mainly that's it. So periodically, because labs don't always have students, when there's no heat, fungus start to grow. Okay, when you remove this or don't remove this, occasionally take it out, look through. Okay, tengok kat dalam. Kalau ada dah start ada kesan, it's something that you cannot clean anymore. Okay, then you prepare to do for PPM or somebody like our service partners, they will know how to service it. Alright, fungus, when you see a few lines, it's still okay. You see more lines, still okay. But when it covers more than like 30% of the lens from the heat, from this tube here, you better call it fast as possible, right? So usually it will take like I think 6 months to grow to that bad, alright? But try to just monitor. So this only happens when 1 month of no usage. Then will start, mungkin start. So you still have time lah. Okay, so this is the eyepiece just to clean. The rest is just dust. You just make sure you have like this. Okay, you just cover. You just put it on top. Alright, okay, just cover it. So this is just to prevent dust. But periodically monitor. Okay, that's just maintenance. For this one, it's simple. Alright, this all.
Tadi saya lupa nak tanya, I forgot to ask earlier about dark field.
Yes.
Maybe boleh quickly demo?
Okay, I need to have a very thin sample, like maybe the onions, but just like
It's like
a little bit more thin. Ke dia kulit dia ke anything? Yalah kulit dia.
we have peppery skin. This?
This one, we try to see what happens. I tak
Nak
pasti.
finish ke?
Tak. I just need to be flat.
So this is a dark field. Let's see how
If the light goes through, then probably we see something. If it doesn't, then hard. Wait, I see light also.
Nak tutup lampu? Tutup lampu baru cantik. Dia sebab nak
Tak payah. Tak payah. Tak berkaitan.
You can see the cell. But it's dead.
Okay. So first thing we need to do is basically flatten the sample. So in this case, I just use a glass slide. Alright. So we can focus, we can see something here. So we're going to go zoom in a little bit more. Oops, wrong way. So yeah, we're going to focus on this. Okay. So right. So we can actually see there are some dry dead cells.
Yeah.
So okay. So from here, this is bright field.
Okay, right.
This is bright field.
By the way, ini adalah vein, urat. Ini adalah cells. Intervenal cells.
Okay, so once you start turning over, so this is bright field, then you slowly turn, you will get an angle. This is Rottermann contrast. Okay, Rottermann contrast, you will get some sort like a 3D structure.
Yeah, nampak macam surface.
Yes, you can see if let's just say there's a shape or something that actually reflects the light at an angle, so you actually get a 3D image. Okay, so a problem is dark field is because we don't have a background right now. So wait, I try to get another part. Let me see, you can see anything. I don't think I see anything. No. Okay. No, this is just oil in it. This is dirt and oil on the glass. Okay, we try something like this. Wait, one more. A little bit more. Okay. So wait, let me go with auto exposure first. Just for viewing.
So
Yeah. So again, bright field.
okay, bright field.
Okay, bright field. Slowly Rottermann contrast.
Okay. So you get the 3D texture.
Yes, you get a 3D image. After that, slowly when you go to dark field, you will get black background with highlights of the cell.
Alright.
Yeah. So this is basically almost dark field. Yeah. So it's not so obvious because the whole sample is actually enclosed with a certain sample, so you can't really see the dark field properly. But yeah, this is what dark field is.
So whatever transparent before in the bright field becomes black, and the opaque region now you can see as this texture. Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you play around with the image.
Just boleh
Yes.
ambil gambar tak contoh bright field dengan dark field?
Sampel ni tak cantik sebenarnya.
Nak sampel apa? Nak tahu? Tahu tak balas aku nak?
Kulit kita keluar tadi.
Ambil yang ni. Saya ambil yang ni sebab yang ni warna merah. Satu merah ni cantik sikit.
Dia kan ada satu.
Tapi ni macam clear putih lagi.
Yang tu lagi ke?
Ni bawang Holland.
Dia tu yang macam bright field, dark field, lepas tu fresh contrast.
Yang mula-mula test tunjuk tu adalah bright field. Yang sekarang tengah buat ni ada dark field. Phase contrast tu tak ada, itu yang kat sini. Phase contrast tu. Tapi tak ada ni. Jadi tak ada phase contrast kan? Yes. Tak ada kan? Phase contrast. Romaski, I don't think so. Sebab tak nampak prism eh. Kalau Romaski tu dia ada prism.
Ada.
Ada prism?
No maski dia kalau ada no maski memang tak ada phase contrast.
Oh ya tu?
You have DIC, so you won't have phase contrast. When you have phase contrast, you don't have DIC.
Ya. Dia ada Razi cakap. Kalau dia
Bukan Romaski tu DIC ke?
No maski is DIC.
Ya.
It doesn't have
Tak,
phase contrast.
yang ni tak ada lah kan?
Ada.
Ada. Prism ni tak ada. Sikit je tu. Tengok sini
Ada.
dulu. Sini dulu.
Okay.
Fokus.
So this is bright field. Alright. Wait, I can capture some image. I can change this one.
Ni bright field.
Okay. So yeah.
Apa?
No.
Sekejap dia okey.
Yeah.
Sebab dia memang ada lagi moisture sebab dia hidup lagi. Tapi boleh nampak lah texture tu. Yang ni bright field ke?
This is bright field.
Okay.
So this is bright
nanti
field.
kita tengok gambar tu semua. Hasil bright field pertemuan dengan dark field.
Okay. After that, we go to Rottermann. Okay, this is more or less Rottermann. There's no in between. You just stop wherever you think is correct.
Yep.
Dia tadi dalam bentuk 3D.
Dia bagi texture looking lah. 3D benda tu.
After that, we go to dark field. Okay, this is dark field.
Okay. So dalam anatomi, kita boleh gunakan dark field ni sebab dia dah clearkan background tu kan. Jadi yang tinggal tu sebenarnya adalah boundary cell. So kita boleh kira berapa total distance cell wall tu. Semua tu yang tadi nampak garis-garis tu semua cell wall.
Kita dah kira distance dia.
Ya, total distance tu berapa? Sebab selalunya sel ni bila dia lagi padat, sel wall tu dia punya tu sebenarnya lebih kukuh.
Okay, yeah. So right, so if we actually look at the images, where am I? Tadi mana lah? Oh God, users.
Tadi just buat folder baru ke?
You. Stop.
Kat desktop kan? So dark field di Rottermann itu adalah bright field. So kita boleh nampak lah punya ni. Kegunaan dia ikut orang yang penyidik tu lah.
Kadang-kadang dia tak tanya kita.
macam saya tahulah benda ni nak interpret dia macam mana. Apa benda contohnya macam sel ni sebenarnya dia masih lagi hydrated. Macam ni. So dia punya, tapi masa dekat sini kita nampak dia lebih clear. Tapi kita nampak kat bahagian atas ni dah banyak sel yang collapse. Collapse nampak tak? Dia dah, sel tu dah jatuh, dia tak smooth. Kalau macam sel yang hydrated nampak smooth je. Smooth je line dia. Dia tak macam macam tu. Ya. Jadi benda ni sebenarnya bagi kesan kepada crunchiness sayur. Dan mungkin pokok tu dia kurang sel collapse sebab kita bagi treatment kalsium. Sebab tu dia rangup. Kenapa dia rangup? Bila tengok bawah mikroskop, oh ini sebabnya. Sel dia lebih banyak yang plumpy. Kalau kena yang tak rangup tu rupanya semuanya macam ni. So kita relate qualitative assessment dengan quantitative analysis menggunakan mikroskop. Hanya disebabkan dengan pemberian rawatan kalsium tambahan.
Dan kita analyse seterusnya.
Ya. Jadi nampak ada 3 disiplin sains digunakan kat situ. Baru dah research tu jadi komprehensif. Okay, Jess. Alright. Okay, itu saja untuk stereo. Alright, nanti kita boleh move ke sini pula.
Alright, so for this stereo microscope, they have an additional accessory. Okay, you have a polarizer. Okay, but this polarizer is for transmitter light polarizer. Okay, so what you do is basically you make sure you have these 3 accessory. Okay, the stage holder, lepas tu dia punya transmitter light punya polarizer, and the analyzer. So wait so basically first thing we do is remove this first. Okay, remove ring light, letak tepi. Okay, remove the ring light, letak tepi. After that we remove this as well. Okay, as I said, push it forward, the spring goes in, press it down at one corner, it comes out. Alright, take it out carefully. Don't put your fingerprint on top. Alright, after that, we take this holder. Okay, so make sure it's this way. Put it in. Okay, once it's flat in, then you take the transmitter polarizer. Okay, letak. Just leave it there. After that, you take this, same thing, go up, lock. Okay, lock. So after that, to see this, lampu bawah tu most important. Alright, so we have to be under bright field. Make sure it's maximum light. Okay, maximum light. After that, you will see there's a polarizer here as well. Alright, you have 2 ways. One is either you pusing sini. This is turnable, alright, or you turn the bottom here. So usually kita pusing yang atas lah. Just make sure this is turn tight. Kalau tak memang jatuh bawah. Alright. So basically that's it lah. So this one same thing. You will see the cross polarizing as well lah.
Ada barang.
Gula ke?
Gula ke yang ada bentuk kristal. Kita apa? Sodium chloride ke? Ada barang lah. Ya, buat transmitter ni. Surface sama kan, Jess?
Sampai sama. Ni tak tahu nampak ke tak?
Tebal sangat. Kalau tebal sangat, kita boleh crush dia sikit. Nak crush sikit?
Yeah, I have to crush.
Besar sangat. Dia kena...
You just need a little bit ni, no need so much lah. Okay, alright.
Dia ada something khas ke?
Tak ada.
Sini ambil. Sikit lagi bagi nampak. So crystal kat atas tu itu kita gunakan sodium acetate.
Okay, so right. So we're gonna see, this is bright field first. Okay, this is bright field.
Bright field.
Okay, this is bright field. After that, when we actually go, turn this little thing, you will notice it become
Itu apa tu, Jess?
the punya analyzer.
Nampak kan?
Okay, to the point where it's the darkest. Alright, you have to go to the darkest. After that,
Ini loh, dah film.
yeah. So this is polarizing lah. So usually you have to get it like as black as possible. After that, then you will see your crystals image lah.
Tapi kalau jadi kan kita boleh nampak warna pelangi sikit. Kalau jadi.
So it has to be like really crush kecil ataupun nipis baru nampak yang pelangi tu.
Tu nampak sikit lah.
Yeah, so this is polarizing.
Tu bagi sikit lah. Tu yang besar. Tak nampak.
Yeah. So this is polarizing. So the
Tu
only
magnification berapa? Yang
25. So basically you just turn ni lah. So this is bright field. Right?
Yang Jess pusing tu dipanggil
Polarizer. So yeah, you just turn until it's blackest, then you will see the cross polarizing effect lah. So benda yang ada macam crystal, you will see an effect lah. Kalau tak, dia akan jadi gelap lah macam ni lah. Tak ada reflection. Okay, usually it's a bright white lah.
Antara benda lain kita boleh guna kat sini adalah untuk study grain. Contohnya grain padi. Kita boleh tengok apa tu, Hablo kanji tu kat situ.
So yang Hablo kanji tu dia akan tukarkan jadi
tengoklah kan. Dia tengok juga jenis beras. Ada beras dia translucent. Ada beras dia legap. So dia akan bagi different patterns kat sini. Kadang-kadang tadi ada masalah apa tu, chalkiness. Ini semua boleh detect ni. Kawan, banyak lagi boleh guna.
So yeah, this is accessory lah. Lepas tu simpan.
Alright, okay. So ada gambar nak ambil tadi yang bright field?
Dah.
Okay, boleh letak sebelah tu.
Okay,
kita just nak compare.
Right, so we're gonna compare both. Sekejap.
Bright fields and then polarized.
Maksudnya kita boleh menggunakan bright field tak?
Bright field start dari situ. Bright field just cari ni.
Yep.
So kita boleh fokus dekat bahagian tu. Yeah. So pattern tu sebenarnya dia berkaitan dengan unsur yang ada dalam kristal. Certain kristal dia bagi apa tu, warna pelangi tu macam lebih biru, lebih merah, lebih hijau. Mungkin ini adalah identiti untuk sodium acetate. Tapi kalau masuk crystalline, kalau masuk apa gula, tempat lain pula. Alright, okay.
Okay.
Yes. Ini sebab saya crush dengan kepala pisau je. Kalau eloknya kita crush, lepas tu kita sieve dengan 20 micron tu. Jadi dia punya hubler tu nak sekata je. Dia jadi macam debu lah. Debu di kita, tak buah tu tak debu lah besar lah.
Dia akan jadi cantik.
Jadi cantik lah.
So bila kalau macam kajian kan, kalau dia tengok bawah untuk polarize tu, so dia tengok apalah sebenarnya.
Kita describe struktur. Contohnya beras senang patah. Jadi mengurangkan kualiti. Jadi kita gunakan mikroskop macam Polariser ni untuk tahu apakah yang menyumbang kepada kesenang patahan itu. Kita tengok ni rupanya ada crack dan juga polarizer tu boleh highlightkan bahagian crack tu. Rupanya di bawah tu kita tengok susunan dia tu tak kristal dia tu tak cantik. Kan berabuk. Random. Tapi yang susah matang ni teratur.
Kita nampaklah kecederaan dia kat
situ. Ya, kita nampak kecederaan dia kat situ.
Okay. Right.
Banyaklah, contohnya ada macam daun. Kenapa pokok keladi miang? Miang buluh tu kan? So cecair yang keluar daripada pokok tu, kalau kita ambil letak bawah atas slide, kemudian kita tengok bawah ni akan keluar jarum-jarum macam ni.
Tajam.
Tajam. Nampak benda tu calcium oxalate. Tak nampak. Tapi kita kan kenapa miang sangat ni? Lepas tu kita buat rawatan, spray silikon. Tengok puan tak miang tu. Miang kenapa miang tak keluarkan? Kita tengok bawah mikroskop, rupanya jarum-jarum ni dah tak ada. Sebab rawatan silikon. So banyaklah dia punya penggunaan sebenarnya. Kita dah kena miang belum? Tidak.
Keladi tu kan kita makanan
kena rasa ya.
Sakit.
Itu antara dia macam calcium oxalate tu lah. Jarum. Alright. Okay. So bila dah sudah boleh letak balik, zipan. Okay Jess, thank you. Itu dalam kotak sekali ke satu tempat Jess?
Itu nak maintain dia tu sama lah macam yang tu. Kalau dia dah kata dia tak ada UV kan?
Tak ada.
So kalau ada UV tak ada masalah sangat kan?
Yeah, less maintenance actually. Yeah.
Okay. Tapi kalau ni dia projek tak Jess?
Yes.
Dah pecah tak? Ni.
Yeah.
Yang
tak ada dah mudah pecah. That's why I put inside kotak yang besi tu.
Yelah, takutlah tiba-tiba nak kan benda ni nak buka masuk.
Yeah, I will still say it's fragile because it's glass.
Sikit kotak tu, okey? Ada. Backup. Kalau orang yang tidak nampak, kalau ni tak boleh ni.
Tu prism, polarizer untuk stereo.
Yeah. The analyzer, the prism, lepas tu of course calibration slide. Just a Allen key alignment tool. M-Shot punya software punya USB. Okay. After that,
Yang ni dia ada USB sendiri jugalah. Tapi dia free kan? Boleh download dekat
boleh. Can download
selain daripada situ ada you all provide
Jadi biasanya
USB
tak ada lah. Basically this is by when first purchase dia akan dapat USB tu. If let's say hilang pun never mind lah, we'll give you a different software lah. Ataupun you download online lah. Ada je. Okay, so basically inside here the box basically has the stage for the stereo microscope, one of the polarizers. Okay, after that the analyzer for the top objective connection. Alright, after that this is just small items, immersion oil, the analyzer, software, immersion oil, 3 prisms, alright, calibration slide. Yang lain tu sebenarnya additional part and accessory lah. Yang ni tak pakai. Okay, ini tak pakai.
Itu
So,
apa?
actually for the glass kat bawah tu, dia ada satu, tak, dia ada satu glass lagi tapi it creates reflection. So tak cantik. Yang ni so I remove je lah. Okay, but you can keep it. Yang lain-lain tu is additional Allen keys. Alright, additional Allen keys. Yang ni untuk bawah ni sebenarnya dia ada a few more other prisms, but I tak pasang semua lah sebab tak muat dalam tu. Okay.
Tapi kalau kita nak pasang, boleh lah kena keluarkan pin ni ada.
Yeah, you better you call me lah sebab dia banyak kerja.
Oh,
You have-
I see. Ya,
you have to take out.
Tak apa.
There's alignment issue. Dia ada kena buat alignment. Kalau betul-betul nak buat lah, you better call me lah. Alright. Yang lain tu just additional accessory. Yang ni tak pakai. Alright, tak pakai. So, mainly is these items lah.
Tu ayah apa tu? Yes.
Wire lebih untuk one of the controllers. Untuk stereo microscope punya controller. It's just a longer cable saja lah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't want then you use the short one lah. Macam yang untuk touchscreen yang tu kan, dia sebenarnya kan panjang sikit. This is one of the additional cables lah.
Ya, USB tapi
Software untuk yang ni, damn short.
boleh pakai lah untuk guna software.
Tapi untuk Leica punya lain sikit sebab dia tak ada CD dah. You can use this, okay? Dia kena suruh you pergi download sendiri.
Oh, I see.
If you want any latest one or whatever now, dia punya download instruction kat sini lah. So yang tu tak ada CD, tak ada USB. Okay?
Tapi kalau dongle dia tak ada macam mana? Hilang.
Kalau dongle dia tak ada, the only thing what happen is basically you can capture macam biasa, Z stacking tu hilang.
Oh, itu saja.
Z stacking dengan something else lah.
Oh, ada lagi nak.
Ada satu lagi, basically is the measurement. Ada satu measurement. Ada satu measurement lagi.
Macam mana kalau nak memastikan keselamatan yang terlalu kecil dan terlalu mudah untuk dibuat?
Kat belakang, letak kat belakang. You either option one is basically you cucuk kat belakang, okay, people can't see is fine. Or
Boleh tinggal lah. Risau tinggal.
yeah, another
Kadang kita pun kat belakang macam masuk lab pun kita tak ada dah nak pergi-pergi tengok ada dongle ke tidak kan. Kalau macam ni senang sikit, ada dongle-nya lah.
I don't know how you want to do it lah. You want to tape it sampai dia tak nampak ke apa ke tak tahu. But yeah, there's another way is basically of course if you can hide it inside, you can hide it inside. Tapi you kena beli yang macam card lagi satu. USB card yang untuk dalam. There's a cheaper way. You just buy the USB connector yang macam kabel panjang sikit. Dan belakang tu, you place it inside lah.
Buka lah kan.
Yeah.
Buka lah.
Somehow rather you make one connection lah. Sebab kat belakang ni sebenarnya tak ada benda nak letak pun. I mean, if let's say you use the cable, alright, somehow rather you just bend one of this, letak dalam. What's the cheapest way is to use a USB cable panjang sikit lah. Tak ada.
Alright, so, okay. Yeah. Okay, Jess.
Alright.
Terima kasih.
Welcome. Kosong je. Memang slide kosong kat situ je.
Box ni tapi dongle ni kata hilang kan. Kita tahu siapa yang punya antara sebab kita buat kami orang guna kan.
This type will be missing. Yeah. And this
Kurang fungsi ya.
yeah, dia punya annotation tools akan kurang sikit lah. Yeah. Only this one will be missing ni. This one and Z stacking. That's it. Kalau lupa pasang pun mesti boleh jalan.
Maksudnya siapa yang tak nak guna Z-stacking pun boleh guna kan?
Okay. Ada apa kan?